The messages reached further than House Vane intended. By the third morning, the road to the burial house carried more banners than the crown had counted in one place in a generation. They did not come for war. They came because each of them had buried a daughter too neatly, and had finally been invited to say so out loud. The burial house stood apart from the chapel, low and long, built into the side of the hill like a thing that preferred not to be looked at directly. Kings were entombed elsewhere with trumpets. Queens were brought here first, to be dressed, before the realm was allowed to grieve a version of them.
We do not hide the dead inside it. We carry them out front, where the houses can see, and we let the crown explain why that frightens it. If it wants obedience, it can learn the sound of refusal first.
Then we hold the funeral in the open yard. A grave is the one order the crown cannot revise. I will take the cost plainly, but I will not let the crown name it for us.
They laid 2 biers in the funeral yard. Ceryn Orelle under sea grey wool. Tomas Vane under a plain cloth with no crest, because a crest was the thing he had spent his last hour learning to put down. Ren stood between them and did not weep, which the watching lords found more alarming than tears.
Keep the shrouds plain. Grief is not a form to be filed. Let the dead have ceremony, but do not let ceremony command the living.
Galven set his writing board at the head of the yard, where every house could see his hand move. He was not yet recovered from the chapel. His fingers shook, and he wrote anyway, because a shaking hand still makes a truer record than a steady lie.
I will write what is said and what is done, with names attached and nothing softened. A true record is the one document the office cannot amend. That is not bravery, you understand. That is bookkeeping with a spine.
The houses arrived through the morning. Lord and lady, steward and widow, each carrying a small thing, a comb, a ring, a child's shoe, the relics of girls the crown had filed as fevers, accidents, unfortunate marriages. No one spoke first. Grief is shy in company until someone makes it legal.
You each buried a daughter the crown renamed. Bring her here. We are not holding one funeral. We are holding all of them at once, where the office cannot attend each grave alone.
Look at the tree line. Crown grey, but no spears. They sent watchers, not soldiers, and that worries me more, which I am saying with tactical sincerity, which is worse than sarcasm.
Let them watch. Watchers carry reports, and a report is a kind of witness that does not know it is one.
Lyra would not go near the long stone house. She stood at the edge of the yard with her marked palm pressed flat against her own chest, as if holding a door shut from the outside. The broken circle had begun to warm.
It is awake under the floor in there. It is not hungry the way the others were. It is patient, and the dead are not asking to rest. They are asking to be remembered correctly.
Then we will remember them correctly and loudly. Stay at the edge, Lyra. You are our hearing, not our offering.
By midday the yard was full and quiet. 2 biers, 40 banners, and 100 relics laid in rows. It looked like the beginning of a funeral. It was, in fact, the beginning of an argument the crown had been avoiding for 300 years. The crown did not send soldiers to a funeral. Soldiers make martyrs, and martyrs get remembered, which was precisely the disease the crown had come to treat. It sent one woman, on foot, in grey, carrying a folded shroud across both arms as if it were a sleeping child. She came up the road alone and unhurried, and the gathered houses parted for her without deciding to. She wore the high grey collar of the wardrobe office and gloves the colour of old ash. At her breast was a small silver brooch shaped like a needle through a closed loop.
I am the mistress of the wardrobe of the dead. The crown sends its sorrow and its assistance. These bodies are improperly dressed, and improper dress is how the dead are misremembered. The dead must be dressed before they are remembered.
They are dressed exactly as they chose to be. You may stand at the back with the other watchers. If it wants obedience, it can learn the sound of refusal first.
Refusal is noted. It is always noted. But a funeral is a public document, my lady, and a public document with errors invites correction. I do not erase them. I only correct what they were.
She did not push past anyone. She simply walked to Ceryn's bier and set her folded shroud at the foot of it, and the moment the cloth touched the wood, the air in the yard changed temperature, the way a room changes when a clerk enters and opens a drawer.
I know that brooch. The needle through the closed loop. That is the sigil of the burial office, the third hand of the table. Stop reading over my shoulder, all of you, and let me write faster.
Do not let her touch them. Aldrich, keep her hands in view. A woman who corrects the dead will correct anyone who stands too still.
My lord may keep my hands in view. My hands are not the instrument. I only thread the needle, and the needle belongs to the house, and the house belongs to the crown, and the crown does not attend funerals. It revises them.
One of the gathered lords stepped forward to object. He opened his mouth to say his daughter had been drowned, not married off. Then his face went smooth as pressed wax, and what came out instead was that she had married well and gone south, and he was sorry, he forgot why he had come. He sat down holding a child's shoe he could no longer explain.
He did not forget. It took the memory out and put a tidier one in its place. I can feel the wrongness moving, and I can feel where it is afraid. It is afraid of the ones who wrote things down.
Then everyone who can still remember, say it now, out loud, before she reaches you. Say the true death of your daughter while your own mouth still belongs to you.
The yard broke into a strange and terrible litany. Drowned. Burned. Sold. Buried alive under a convenient fever. Each house spoke its truth fast and frightened, racing the needle, and Galven's pen could not catch them all but caught enough to matter.
You are making this louder than it needs to be. Loud griefs are simply longer corrections. I have dressed 300 years of queens, and I have never once failed to make a body presentable. The dead must be dressed before they are remembered.
Then you have never dressed one of mine. Captain, ring the bell. If she works by quiet, we will deny her quiet. I will take the cost plainly, but I will not let the crown name it for us.
The bell is rung, my lord, and the watchers in the tree line have stopped writing. They are listening now, and I think they did not expect the dead to be defended.
The dresser knelt at Ceryn's bier and unfolded her shroud. It was beautiful, and that was the cruelty of it. Where it lay over the sea-grey wool, the wool began to forget it had ever been Ceryn's, and a finer story rose in the weave, a loyal widow, crown faithful, peacefully asleep.
No, that is not her. She refused you in the chapel and she refuses you here. I tore her page from the book myself, and I am still holding the pen that says Lady Ceryn Orelle refuses consultation.
Wren pulled Ceryn's true cloak back over the bier, and where the sea grey touched the crown shroud the two fabrics fought. It was not loud. It was the worst kind of quiet, the kind a household makes when two people who hate each other are being polite at the same table.
You are a child wearing a dead woman's coat and calling it authority. That too can be corrected. Errors are simply errors the office has not yet had time to file. I do not erase you. I only correct what you were.
Do not look at her shroud when it moves. It shows you the tidy version, and your eyes want to believe it because the tidy version hurts less. The dead are not asking to rest. They are asking to be remembered correctly.
Lyra is right. Everyone, look at the relics in your hands, not at the cloth. Hold the shoe. Hold the comb. Let the dead have ceremony, but do not let ceremony command the living.
Tomas Vane's plain cloth began to change next. A crest tried to grow on it, the Crown Envoy's crest, the very office he had bled to put down. His name reassembled itself at the hem, Royal Envoy, dutiful, died in faithful service of the Crown.
She is rewriting his sacrifice into obedience. He spent his name to close the second mouth, and she is spending it back. I will not allow my own footnote to be plagiarized by a corpse tailor while I still have ink.
His name is Tomas Vane. He was witnessed by House Vane, House Orelle, Master Galven, and every queen that room failed to keep dead. Write it again, Galven. Write it until the cloth gives up.
Tomas Vane. Tomas Vane. Tomas Vane. My hand is older than her needle and twice as stubborn. A true record is the one document the office cannot amend.
For a moment the crest on Tomas's cloth stopped growing. Galven's repeated ink and the dresser's silent thread held each other still, like two scribes correcting the same page from opposite ends. Then the dresser turned her grey eyes on Galven, and for the first time she looked interested.
You are the archivist who was nearly indexed and slipped the file. The office did not lose you, Master Galven. It set you aside. An unfinished record is far more useful to me than a finished one. Come down, and bring your true hand with you.
He is not going anywhere with you. Galven, do not answer her. Names are doors, and you do not have to walk through one just because it has learned to say yours politely.
She is not wrong that I am unfinished, Ren. That is the trouble with archivists. We are never quite done with a thing until it kills us, and then we are usually a footnote we forgot to check.
No one goes down with the corpse tailor. We hold the yard, we hold the beers, and we hold the old man whether he likes it or not. I am saying that with tactical sincerity, which is worse than sarcasm.
But the dresser had already turned and walked toward the low door of the burial house, unhurried as ever, certain as a tide. She did not need to drag Galven. She had simply shown him a question only he could answer, and archivists cannot leave a question lying open.
She is going to the third mouth. It is under the dressing room, where the queens were made presentable. It is not afraid of swords. It is only afraid of being read correctly, and there is only one reader here it cannot edit.
Then we go down with him, not after him. Ceryn, hold the yard and the houses. Ren, Lyra, Galven, with me. A grave is the one order the crown cannot revise, and I intend to dig this one myself.